shit ready. Get my everything ready. Give me a sex. Yes, I'm aware. Give me a second, and I will start. A second, yep. Okay, thanks for the screenshot of that. Anyway, welcome to Wonder After Dark. The reason why I'm going ahead and getting into the show is because Spider just got a fresh copy of LEGO Dimensions, so he probably won't be here tonight. Coincidentally, LEGO Dimensions is a game I have wanted to talk about on this show for a bit now, but we'll save that for probably forever from now. So, okay. You're probably wondering now, why haven't I gotten into the topic yet? Well, two things. One, something has come up, but I've been asked to keep this something private, between me and he. What is it? Well, instead of stay tuned, it's use your imagination. Number two, I was handed several roadblocks when getting ready for this review. You see, normally on this show, I would start by saying, it's our gardener. Yep. Anyway, now normally on this show, I'll be handed, let me try that again. Normally at this time, albeit 10 minutes from now on the show, I would start with Bigger Fatter Liar is a 2017, but this review proved far more challenging than anticipated. Now the first one, at least at first, was quite simple. Finding the movie. Now typically I like to watch these movies via whatever legal means are available, or official means. In this case, it's not on any streaming services that I have, and I don't have the DVD of it, so I had to pirate it. Thanks, person. But that proved to be a little difficult, because after a bit it started to freeze and not play. Ultimately, I did get a good way through it, but I didn't exactly finish it. I'd say out of the... how long is it? The hour and 34 minutes, I think I made it like an hour and... Did you watch the end? Can you let me finish? I got a good way through it before it decided to just completely stop working. I'd say out of the hour and 34 minutes that make up the runtime, I probably got at least an hour and 25 minutes into it. So 10 minutes shy. Unless my perception of time is just that bad. So there's that. The next roadblock that I ran into when preparing for this review is the fact that this is one of those movies that does not have a ton of information out there. It has information, but not a ton of it, which is why I typically, listen, is it necessary for me to read on Wikipedia? Well, it's not necessary, but I think it provides some good educational value. In case you didn't know when the movie came out, or didn't know who put it out, or But anyway, but in this case, the film does not have its own separate Wikipedia page. Ultimately, for this review, I have to pull from 3 different sources, at least. Or at least 2, I should say. starting with number 1. Backtracking to the Wikipedia page for the first movie. Wait, what does it say? The film ends with Larry becoming a mime and Kevin gets credit, and then when he gives the royalty check to the dad, he freezes. The only funny joke. Yeah, actually, the only, based on what I just read, the only funny joke, especially after what I saw, but anyway, what I was saying. Alright, but for this I have to backtrack to the first movie's Wikipedia page, because, believe it or not, this movie does not have a... Talk about how unlikable Kevin is. Can you... We'll get there. Well, yeah, we'll get there. But anyway, thank you for predicting what I was going to say. But anyway. Anyway, for this we have to backtrack to the first movie's page. It was followed by a 2017 standalone direct-to-DVD critically panned sequel, Commit Fraud. Haha, funny. Okay. In August 2016, it was announced, that a standalone sequel had begun principal photography. Bigger Fatter Liar starred Ricky Garcia as Kevin Shepard, Jodelle Ferland as Becca, and Larry Bostwick as Larry Wolf. The plot, although unrelated to the first film, was similar in many ways to its predecessor. Released straight to DVD in April 2017, it was met with critical and commercial failure. Standalone sequel is actually a lie. It's more like a remake. Yep, it really is more like a remake. It really is. Just more like a remake of the first movie. So why they called it Big Fatter Liar, which would imply sequel, I don't know. Stupid! I know why. Stupid. For the record, I'm not actually angry at the movie tonight. I just felt like getting it out of my system. Anyway. So hey, if you wanted me to let off some steam tonight, there you go. Anyway, so there's source number 1. For further information, I had to go to a fandom wiki page. So, for further information, let's go to a fandom wiki. Bigger Fatter Liar is a 2017 American teen comedy film. Directed by Ron Oliver, it is the sequel to Big Fat Liar. Although, again, it's not really a sequel, it's more like a remake. You know it's bad when Jesse has to look at a fandom wiki page. Legit. Anyway, so the plot is that Kevin Shepard is a tech-savvy young genius who uses his intelligence to slack off, like most egotistical shitheads. When greedy video game executive, however, Larry Wolf, gets a hold of his ideas for a video game, he and his best friend Becca set off for San Francisco to make Larry's life miserable through a series of pranks. And if you're wondering why that sounds so familiar, it's because it basically is just a remake of the first movie with some stuff slightly changed. The strange thing is that on the DVD it says Alan Wolf. They didn't even know what the hell they wanted it to be. I don't know what the hell I want to be. But anyway. Okay. So, yeah. The film is basically just a remake of the first movie. And if you need any proof that it's bad, I have to read the critic reviews off of Google. Not Rotten Tomatoes, not Metacritic, Google. But hey, you actually get to hear some more in-depth thoughts. I think that's a first on this show. Fuck you, anyway. Worst film I had ever watched. They clearly almost wrecked one of my favorite Frankie Muniz films I grew up watching as a kid. All the 74% of viewers that watch this film are the ones who probably have not seen the original. No, really? Okay, your message here is glitching out. The film doesn't know if it wants to be a kid's film or a Yeah, it really does. Okay, yeah, your message is glitching out on my screen right now, and I have no idea why. Like, I can see it, it's sent, it's legible, but on my display, it's glitching out. Yeah, there it goes. It just flickered. Yeah, it's flickering. I don't know why it is, but it is. Okay, there. Oh, never mind. It faded away and then came back. Okay, well, anyway, but... Because there's cursing here sometime. Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the fact that your message, the top message is flickering for some reason, and I have no idea. Now both of them are... Yeah, YouTube's glitching out tonight, but anyway... I don't know why everyone hates this movie. Funny technical problems, yep. Funny technical problems, yep. Okay, anyway. I don't know why everyone hates this movie so much. This movie was actually pretty good, and I get it. It's not better than the original, but to me, it's still not bad. It's funny and entertaining. I don't know why Yeah, their words, not mine. Oh. Honestly, this movie was terrible. The acting wasn't even good. Super predictable. It is basically the same thing as the original, but the original was actually great. And this is the last review I'm going to read because it sums it up best. In all honesty, I cannot say that this movie has anything original to speak about. It's basically just Big Fat Liar, but with different actors and slightly different character names. Entertaining? Actually, kinda, but not in a good way yet, but you'll find out what my thoughts are momentarily. Okay, now as for the home video, oh yeah, I guess that was kind of the motherfucking reception, but with more details. Now on to home video. So, it was direct-to-video. Yes, it was. Anyway, it was released on DVD. Okay, I should specify. The initial release was straight to DVD on April 17th, 2017. And then, interestingly, it released on Blu-ray 1 year later on July 10th, 2018. So yeah, it got a Blu-ray 1 year after it got a DVD. So why didn't they just release the Blu-ray and the DVD at the same time? Yeah, actually, I'm not even going to make a joke about that. Just why didn't they put them out at the same time? Because yes, well, I mean, yeah, that is a valid answer. Just yes. Just yes. Okay, but that pretty much covers Bigger, Fatter, Liar. There really isn't a ton of information about this movie on the internet. Other than the fact that it was a straight-to-video, Big Fat Liar movie that kind of just came out one day. There's also a 2-pack DVD. Well, of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? Now, if you excuse me, I gotta do a quick wardrobe change because it's getting hot and sweaty in this room. Again, it is getting a little hot, a little sweaty. I got sweat running down my face. Paint your face white. Also meow, meow, meow. I don't have any white face paint, so unfortunately you are shit out of luck. Again, I do not have any white face paint, so you're shit out of luck. I'm aware that that would be funny and hilariously appropriate, but sorry to disappoint. And I am not about to smear feces on my face either. Has no dick. What was your first clue? Okay. Sorry about that. Anyway. Now my thoughts on the movie. So, this is coming off of Big Fat Liar, the original. You know, not a cinematic masterpiece by any means, but still a really good, really fun movie. So, how does Bigger, Fatter Liar stick the landing? Well, I'll give it this. It's not Madam Web bad. It's not Morbius bad. It's not even The Chaperone bad. Last time you said how Marty deserves a lot of the... Well, yeah, I did. Larry on the... Yeah, Larry doesn't, but anyway. But I'll give it this. It's not Madam Web bad, where it's just boring. It's not The Chaperone bad, although it might come a little close. It's not even Morbius bad, where you can laugh at it and get some ironic enjoyment. It's just bad. Sure, Larry is an asshole, but, like, Kevin is a bigger prick. Yep. Anyway, but what I was saying... But you are right. But what I was saying, though... But Bigger, Fatter Liar... Well, okay. Let's talk about Oh yeah, Kevin. A fucking prick. Like you just said it yourself. Like, he's a prick. Plain and simple. I wouldn't say he's maybe as bad as... What's-his-face from Home Alone 6? And I definitely wouldn't say he's as bad as the pitiful excuse for Kevin in Home Alone 4. He's still pretty bad, though. By a lot. Remember, kids, committing fraud is okay if you're doing it to a bad guy. That is correct. For legal reasons, that's a joke. But anyway. Like, for real, he steals his credit card info. Yeah. In fact, you know what? Because I just said Home Alone. At least in Kevin McAllister... I mean, Kevin did kind of do the same thing in Home Alone 2. Difference is, though, he did use, you know, a valid credit card. And, I mean, what else was he supposed to do in that situation? Plus, he didn't... I wouldn't say he technically broke the law, per se. Just for comparison. But yeah. But yeah. Oh yeah, can I give any praise to Big Fat... Well, actually, before I get to that. Was there anything that I found funny in Bigger, Fatter Liar? I mean, other than the ending that our friend Sylv here just described? No. Kevin Shepard lost all sympathy from when he did that. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Okay, but... What else, though? But... On top of that, as well... Oh yeah, what I was saying. Was there anything that I found at least funny? Like Jason... Yeah, Jason's pranks were deserved. Kevin's? No. Exactly. Kevin's pranks are just... I'm gonna be a fucking menace for no reason. It's Home Alone 6 all over it. The Home Alone parallels are strong tonight. Strong. Strongity strong, strong. Strong, strong. Also talk about how the Big Fat Liar game oh yeah, it looks like shit. A cheap mobile game. Yeah, it looks like a mobile game, and not even the kind that at least look cool or the kind that at least look fun. No, I mean like it looks like the kind of garbage that floods the Apple App Store today and the kind of garbage that has been flooding the Nintendo Switch eShop since launch. I say that as a Nintendo Switch user. The Switch eShop is full of a lot of garbage, you have to admit it. And a lot of garbage that should be on the App Store, on your phone. Not a $300 gaming console. Especially one made by Nintendo. That might be a hot take, it might not be. And the movie presents it like it's the next triple. That too. Like, seriously, guys? Like, if this is what y'all consider to be a major breakthrough, I'd hate to see what a disaster looks like. Like, actually. What else? Oh, the cast. Oh, wait, talk about how the black guy. Oh, yeah, the black guy. I thought he was. I mean, he was funny. As funny as Donald Faison, or Faison, however you say his name. I say Faison personally, but as funny as Donald Faison? No. Still funny, though? Absolutely. Not like laugh out loud hysterical, but I think he does good with what he's given here. Or what about the anti-brony joke from Oh, yeah, that. You're probably expecting me to scream into the camera right now, but truth be told, it was just one of those jokes that got like a mild giggle out of me, but other than that, nothing. And then Ivan, the limo driver's like, what? It's a good show. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess it's a decent joke, but like, it's not even particularly fun. It's more so just amusing than it is funny. And actually, you know what? I think that sums up the movie best. It's amusing, but it lacks a lot of what made the original good. Talk about how Kevin seems to be the world's best Oh, yeah. Unsurprisingly, because movie about video games, Kevin is depicted as being like this amazing hacker boy. He can hack into an old ass school computer to a phone. Yep. Yeah, they paint him like he's some like amazing hacker boy. No. Like, I mean, impressive, yes, but highly unbelievable as well. Yeah, like nothing about that is believable in the least. Just nothing about that is even remotely believable. And plus, I've already seen far better hackers, so why is that even a comparison? Talk about how they rack up thousands of dollars on Wolf's credit. Oh, yeah, going back to fraud earlier. Yeah, they rack up thousands. Listen, I don't know anything really about credit score, and yeah, but I think that's a little not okay to do. Actually, I think that might be very not okay. Just so you shitheads know. When the hero is Oh, yeah, when. You know what? If the villain was doing it, you could get it. But when the hero does it, and they paint it like it's a good thing. You know, I have a certain way think. Oh, his reasoning. He stole my game idea because that's always a valid reason, isn't that right, kids? Isn't that always right? Isn't that always right? You think I enjoy doing this stupid fucking kids show? Totally valid reasoning to commit credit card fraud. Totally. For legal reasons, that's a joke. I'm just waiting to see if you have anything else to say about the movie. For legal reasons, that's a joke. On Nick. Yep. Okay, what the flying fuck else? Oh, do you have anything, like, more detailed? Oh. I'll be honest. I don't like the film, but I don't hate it. Yeah, that says it best. I'll give my review after. I'm assuming there's more to that. Hang on. I'm assuming there's more to what you're saying, but I'm waiting until you finish. Assuming there is more. I wasn't bored. Well, that's good. I'm just annoyed. I mean, annoyed is still better than bored, I will say. I'm just waiting for you to get all your thoughts out before I give my thoughts. Talk about how every pizza guy wears furry ears, even in different states. Yeah, that happens for some really strange, really bizarre. Yeah, I don't get it. I feel like there's a joke that I'm missing. Like, genuinely. I feel like there's a joke I'm missing, but I cannot for the life of me pinpoint it. Like, again, it feels like there's a joke there that I'm just too retarded to understand. Then again, what was your first clue that I'm retarded? The fact that I'm retarded, or the fact that I've said and done a lot of stupid shit? No, I'm not really in a shit mood. I just felt like bringing that up. Because it is the truth. Why is it that Larry is more of a dick than Marty, yet Larry I feel more sorry? I mean, okay, joke answer to that? Because. Serious answer to that? Okay, serious answer? Because it feels like every single time they do these straight to DVD follow-ups and these straight to DVD remakes and these straight to DVD sequels, every time they do them, it feels like they misunderstand the difference between a protagonist and an antagonist. Or I guess to be more specific, it feels like the writers are dyslexic. They feel like the antagonist should be the one we feel sorry for, and the protagonist is who we should root for, despite the fact that they're just a big fat stinking cunt. When in reality, 9 times out of 10, it's the other way around. Say it ain't true, but I'm here to tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. Talk about the scene with the ghost pepper reaction. Oh, you mean the scene that just had me checking the clock? Okay, I wasn't bored with it when he goes crazy on live TV. Yeah, that happened. Oh yeah, that happens. And, you know, I wasn't bored by this movie. I wasn't bored with the movie. But by that point, I was starting to check, like, is this over yet? Because it felt like, I don't know, like, again, I wasn't bored. I didn't hate that scene, but I was just like, is this over yet? I felt bad for Wolf there, but I love how his actor is just selling. Well, yeah. Yeah. But still, I was just like, is this over yet? It was one of those scenes, honestly. Every movie, even the great ones, I think, have that scene where you're just like, is this over yet? I'm sure you agree. I'm sure you get it. Yeah. I agree sometimes. Yeah. Second viewer. Yeah. I honestly, I'm not even going to try and guess if there is actually a second viewer or not, because YouTube likes to mess with me where, like, it'll say that there are 2 viewers, but then there'll actually just be 1. It'll say that there are 3, but there are actually just 2. So there really is no way of actually knowing if that number is accurate until... Show what I got on Discord. Okay, I guess I'll show that. Let me go back to it. I feel so fucking lightheaded that it's not even funny, and I feel like I need to go curl up into a ball and cry. A fops. Just a fops. From that movie that I've never seen. His name is Todd. Yep. Todd's cute. It actually is cute. From The Fox and the Hound. Yeah. Actually is cute. I still haven't seen the movie, but it's cute. He has a long tail. Yep, I can tell. You'll have to forgive me if I seem a very long tail. Yeah. You'll have to forgive me if I seem a little, not out of it, but like it can wrap around you like a scarf. That's base. Cute. Yummy, perhaps. Okay, you'll have to forgive me, by the way, over the last 32 minutes. Like Cruella, stay tuned. Oh god, anyway. You'll have to forgive me if, for the last 32, did we do 100? We did do 101 Dalmatians. We did, in fact, we actually didn't do that one that long ago. I think it was only like, might have been close to a week ago already. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. Oh, by the way, let's do 102 Dalmatians. Okay, fair enough. You'll have to forgive me if over the last 33... Oh, I genuinely love 102. I haven't actually seen 102 Dalmatians in a while. I've seen it. I know I've seen it. I have a copy of it. I just haven't seen it in a while. So, yeah, I guess it's due for a rewatch. So, yeah. You'll have to forgive me if over the last 33 minutes I've seemed a little Discord. Oh, hey, Spider, you're late. We were just talking about the sequel to Big Fat Liar, which is actually more of a remake than it is a sequel. So what's our rating? Please let me finish. Okay, oh. The only game that has Wildstyle, Gandalf, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Batman visit the wonderful land of Oz. Yeah, and I feel like any game that has that happen is the best game. Yeah. Although, I will say, I didn't even give my full detail. I'm in love so far. Great. Alright. Before I give my rating on Bigger, Fatter Liar, I'm just going to be more detailed with it. Oh, nip nip here, nip nip here, and a nip nip there, here, and a couple loosened bras. Oh my god. Anyway. Okay. Okay. But, Okay, but I'm going to be a bit more detailed. That's how we F the day away in the horny land of Oz. Even for this show, that is juvenile. Okay, but anyway, I guess if you want my thoughts on Bigger, Fatter, Liar, well, basically what all the reviews said. It's just Big Fat Liar again, but with some of the characters' names changed, with a different cast, and not as good. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 10. Honestly, I'm going to agree. It's like a 3.5. I know most of the time it feels like we have the same rating, but 3.5. No higher, no lower. I'd watch it again. I mean, I would watch it again if I had nothing better to do. Like, if it was like a rainy day, or a stormy day, or a shitty day, or just a day. Every day for me is a day. It's either a happy day, a shitty day, a day, have a day. It's not Madam... Well, yeah, it's not Madam Web. Madam Web was just boring. I guess, you know, competently made, like, you know, it at least looks really good, but... And it has a good cast, but... the Chaperone. We don't speak of the Chaperone around here. But, yeah, Bigger, Fatter, Liar. It's just Big Fat Liar, but I don't remember what you rated the show. I don't either, honestly. You understand after close to 200 episodes of this that after that many, I'm going to start to... Oh, would you believe, by the way, we're almost up to episode 200? I want to say you rated it a 1 or a 0. It might have been 0. I'm too lazy to go back and check, honestly. I'm too lazy to go back and check. I'm too lazy. Rate, yep. Oh, shit. But, yeah. But Bigger, Fatter, Liar. I'm going to give it... Oh, yeah, I already said the rating. Fuck. But, yeah, it's a 3 point... Yeah, it's a bad movie. I mean, it's the kind of bad movie that I would watch again, sure, but that doesn't mean it's worth watching. Would I probably pick up a DVD of it? I mean, if I find it cheap enough, maybe, but... Because I do have that completionist mentality, you know. I do still buy a lot of bad movies just for completion. So, yeah. But Bigger, Fatter, Liar. I want it on DVD. Well, same here, honestly, but that doesn't mean it's a great movie. But otherwise, I think we've said enough about it. I want you on DVD. I want somebody... Alright, I'm going to give Bigger, Fatter, Liar a 3.5 out of 10. Maybe check it out if you want, but it isn't great. It's basically just a remake of the first movie, but not as good. Well, probably the most quick and painless movie review we've had in a long time. Just 39 minutes. I'm actually a little impressed. Of course, this comes with the downside that now I have to pad out the rest of the runtime somehow. I want to bring this up to at least an hour, so... If any of you can think of something to talk about for the next hour, let me know. But that's not all. Oh, God. Is there something else you have in mind that you forgot to tell me to watch? Because, I feel like there is. Oh. Apparently... Oh, yeah. That's something I actually did forget to mention previously. I actually did forget to mention that on the previous review. How could I... Or not previous review, but... When we covered the first movie, I actually did forget to mention that. So, yeah. On Nick, yeah. Shawn Levy, the director of the original film, revealed that he has always wanted to make a direct sequel to Big Fat Liar, stating that the plot would feature a Marty Wolf revenge story. The filmmaker referenced the revitalized Real Steel franchise in the form of an upcoming television series as hope that a future Big Fat Liar sequel would be made. Do I think that sequel will ever happen? Uncle Ben, what happened? Tails bench! Okay, do I think that sequel will ever happen? Hard to say. Hard to say. Jesse wants Spyro Subway. What don't I want? No, like, look at my face and tell me that I don't just want. Because I think it should be obvious I want, and it's either a bullet or therapy. But anyway. And a margarita. And a partridge in my asshole. Will you ever eat Subway again? Well, the thing is, the only thing from Subway I eat are them fucking cookies. So yes, of course I'll eat Subway again. I don't know, I thought that was funny. So does anyone know how to pad out the runtime of this episode? Because I don't want to end it here, but I also don't want to just struggle and then outro. Will you eat a foot-long cookie from Subway? If there was such a thing, bitch, I might. Now, anyway, like I said, is there anything you want me to talk about for the remainder of this episode? Because I don't want to end it here, yet it's a real thing. Okay, that's good to know. Anyway, is there anything you would like me to talk about for the remainder of this episode? Because I kind of don't want to end it here yet, but I also don't want to just struggle for 20 minutes and then outro time. Nah, man. Okay. Spider, are you still watching? Hey, Spider. You still there? I know you just got Lego Dimensions, but are you still there? Join us tomorrow where we add +1 to our growing list of dogs. Yep. And I'm so out of it that I almost read that as growing list of drugs. Like, I know you said dogs, but I'm so just on another planet right now that I almost read that as drugs. Drug dogs. Yeah, drug dog. God damn it. I was supposed to be somebody by now. Drug dogs. You were supposed to do some. Oh, yeah, I sure was. Hey, Spider. Are you still there? Then came the. Please don't. Like, act like. Funny joke, but, like, it is starting to. It's okay. It will happen again. Oh, I'm not. Okay. I'm not going to get pissy. I just stopped myself. Before you say anything, I just stopped myself. But for once, I'm genuinely going to ask that it doesn't happen again. Everything else is fair game, but that, yeah. I'm sorry, but I'll try. good. At least you're making an effort. I make no promises. At least you're honest. I'm not going to elaborate. I'll still say it on occasion. Iwi, of course you will. Ooh woo. You know, I said, do you think I enjoy doing this stupid fucking kids show, both as a joke and as a reference to a certain show that I like? Stay tuned, but talk about how Asian people are actually. I'm black, y'all, and 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 I'm black, y'all. It is cute. Cursed. Oh yeah, it's cursed, all right. Funny, but cursed. I'm black, y'all. You know, normally I would say something incredibly out of context and borderline offensive like this as a joke, but will you elaborate further? I'm not done yet. I know that this was a short episode, but I'm not done yet. I know that you're probably done, but I personally am not done yet. Plus, you did interrupt me in the middle of a sentence. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just, I was in the middle of something. Let's show the funny. Can you please be patient? I was in the middle of something. I was in the middle of a thought. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to deny your requests. I will do your requests. I was just in the middle of something. Please let me finish politely and respectfully. Is that understood, Idger? I'm waiting for a reply to that before I speak any further. Okay. Normally, I would say something like this. Like, but I'm gonna go. Okay, well, can you at least listen to my thought before you go? Because I would prefer to have somebody to say this to rather than being alone. I'm not trying to sound like a kidnapper. That's a joke. I'm just saying. Just let me get my thought out and then you can go. Thing is, Jesse, I've been going to bed early lately. Okay, well, that's fair, but I promise this thought is quick. Then you can go. You keep holding me hostage. Okay, I'm sorry, but I promise after this thought, that I want to say, you can go. It's a short thought. Okay. I guess we'll... Okay. There's the thumb. Anyway. Car thumb. Anyway. You know, normally I would say something like this as a joke. Car thumb. Anyway. You know, normally I would say something like this as a offensive humor joke, just to get a reaction out of my audience and just to throw them for a doozy. But I'm gonna be completely honest with all of you, all one of you, because I don't think Spider's watching right now. Do you ever just look at somebody else, even if they're a terrible person, you just look at somebody else and you think, my life could be so much better? Because I feel like I've slowly realized that. I feel like I'm just slowly coming to terms with the fact. I'm not about to sing a song, but I feel like I'm just slowly coming to terms with the fact that I had it all. Or that I could have had it all. But what did I have to do? Go along and ruin it. And was it on purpose? No. Did I still do it anyway? Yeah. Hoodwink 2, Hood versus Evil. But is there any way for me to go back and fix it? No. All there is for me to do is just be delusional. You gotta understand. This show is about all I have. Okay? And if anything were to happen to this show, I swear to God, I probably would lose it. Because I read. Okay, what are you saying? It would be so awesome. It would be so cool. I'm not going to get mad at you because that's genuinely funny and it fits. But I'm being completely honest, okay? I don't even want a sex change at this point. I want a fucking body swap. Like, fuck my gender. I just want a different life. I know I'm going into borderline It's a Wonderful Life territory. I'm aware it wasn't your fault. Well, thank you. I know that I'm going into borderline It's a Wonderful Life territory. That movie's boring, but I'm being serious. And the thing is, I try. But it's like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I just have to... It's a Wonderful Knife in the Chest. It may as well be. But the thing is, it's like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Or any other sitcom. It just has to reset back to zero to maintain the status quo. And hey, after certain events that transpired earlier, I guess I'm stuck with this status quo. Am I going to say what those events were? Well, no, because I've been asked to keep them private. I probably won't even tell you what they are because I've been asked to keep them private, but use your imagination. But I'm just saying, Al Gardner, oh yeah. I'm not mad at him. He didn't do anything, so before you speculate, he didn't do anything. He didn't say anything, he didn't do anything, he didn't do anything to hurt me. You love him. That is correct. But again, he has asked me to keep what I am alluding to private. You want to kiss him? Correct. But again, he is... Oh yeah, that asterisk. But he's asked me to keep this private. So just use your imagination. And you'll figure out, maybe, perhaps, is it something, you know, maybe comedic that still pissed me off? Or is it something actually serious? Are you happy? Okay. Once again, I've been asked to keep these events private by him. So you're not getting an answer out of me. So to answer your question, are you happy? I'm going to let you figure it out on two bases. I just want to know if you're happy or sad. Well, I was feeling very... First time watching -1... I don't read I know I misread, but let's just say I was feeling happy about myself. I'm using -1 to represent what happiness feels like. It's not a happy movie, but it does make you happy. Now, what would be a good example of sadness? Well, I think many things could fit sadness, but if you want a fitting example of sadness, where would it be? Where would it be? Where would it be? Oh, actually, not a movie, but in fact, a person. Here's Tommy Oliver. Let's say I went from happy about myself to sad. Now again, if you want to know why I'm sad, I've been asked to keep it private. But just use your imagination. It's private fucking business. But I still needed to get it off my chest. Okay. Is that understood? What did you say? The Fox and the Hound's middle part. Had I seen the movie, that actually would be a great example. But because I haven't seen the movie, and I haven't seen the middle part, I don't know what about it would be so sad. But either way, if I'm happy or sad, I'd say the happiness was temporary, and the sadness has grown exponentially. So there's this great show called Scrubs, and I think I know what happened. Oh, do tell. I'm not going to say how right or wrong you are, but, you know, he's not coming back, is he? Again, he did ask me to keep it private, so I cannot give you a straight answer. I know you probably really want one, but I promised to him that I would keep it private. So best I can tell you, not even in DMs, I'm guessing. I mean, you don't need to tell me. I mean, he didn't say DMs explicitly, but hang on. I'm fixing the set because I just knocked it over. Hey, if you wanted to laugh at something, there you go. I just knocked everything over. But again, he did say to not tell. He did say that. So, hey, here's a cool shadow pose. And to me, that means in DMs too, if you correct. So yeah. Again, what happened? I cannot say. I'm sorry. Thank you for having empathy. I am not trying to say that as if you don't have empathy. No, you clearly do. And I respect that. But sometimes I be showing clear signs that something is wrong. And y'all bitches just be like, okay, man. But this is a case where you can't really just... There was a time where me and Alan had a break. I do remember that. It was because of me. Yep. Again, I do remember that. Well, actually, there is one thing that I was the toxic one. Okay, well, there is something I can clarify. Nothing toxic I was controlling. Yeah. I can clarify as to what happened. There is one thing I can clarify. I didn't do anything tonight. Again, he didn't do anything. There was no argument. I've gotten therapy. Congratulations. Okay. There was no argument between me and he. No argument to be found, so before you guess that, there was no argument. There was no fight, no nothing. It's just certain things were revealed, mutually part ways. We have not parted. That's another bit of clarification I can give. We have not parted. But again, I have to keep it private. I'm a person of my word. I say as somebody who deliberately makes jokes for funny. Is it huge? Well, huge as in ruins his life, because I'm sure you're thinking of both sides. Life-changing huge, I was about to answer. Huge as in ruins his life, no it does not. In fact, his life is A-okay. Ruins my life, well, my life, no. I think you know what the hand means. I think you know what this means. Right? But again, use your imagination. And if you end up being right, no. I mean, this hand could mean a lot of things. I don't. Okay, well, this hand could mean a lot of things. But let's just say the Book of Revelations, I know that that's a biblical reference, and that kind of a random one, but let's just say the Book of Revelations hit me in the face hardcore. I'll leave it at that. The Book of Revelations, is he a... What's the guess? Is he a PDF file? Is that what you're guessing? No. Okay, what would it be? Well, I don't know. But the opposite. Oh. There's only one thing worse than a criminal. Boom. A child. If that's your guess, no. Thankfully, what you just guessed, the opposite, is not the case. He is not a youngin', and he is not an old-in. At least not, when I say old-in, I mean your age or older. He's not too old, he's not too young. Thank fuck. Yes, thank. He is your age. Yep, correct. Thankfully. That doesn't make the actual revelation any better, but it at least made me feel, I'm so relieved. Same here. Although it doesn't change anything. If anything, it just makes me feel... Can you say what it's not? Okay, well, I can say what it's not. I can't say what it is, but I can say what it's not. It's not any of the following. False age on either end, young or old. Criminal activity, at least that I'm aware. For all we know, that could be the next revelation, but it's not criminal activity. It is not that he is like broke. It's not that his parents disowned him, although he hasn't mentioned his parents in a while, interestingly. It's not that he secretly hated me all along. Okay, last one. And it is not that he lied about everything. Everything I just listed is what it isn't. So if you think it's any of the following, you'll be glad to know it isn't. At least I sure to God hope not. So so when can you tell? Well, really, I don't know. He did tell me to keep it private, and he did tell me he would prefer the whole world to not have this business, or to know this business. And I would assume that that would mean close friends too. I would assume. I know that might seem a little ass backwards, but I mean, admit it, there's stuff you won't even tell me. Is he ever coming to the show? Well, that I can answer with a positive answer. No, this is actually a positive answer. He did not give a yes or no, but he did. Okay, I should probably add this bit of context. I did offer for him to come tonight. He politely declined the offer, although he did say he might show up sometime in the future. Didn't give a definitive date, but basically what he replied with was this emoji. That's his go-to lately, is this emoji. So that I can say. You might see him show up in the future. I can't guarantee, can't promise, but it's on the table. But will you elaborate further? Well, it depends. Will I? Because I feel like there's a lot of elaboration to do, especially after 200 episodes. Well, almost 200. You've heard a lot from me. Let's do an early funny image. Okay, then I'll say my piece. I guess we're going to do the funny image twice then. Which doesn't happen very often, but you know what? Fuck it. Just because you're ready to go, I'll do it. Not going to be regular, but here's funny image number 1. Paul Blart and the Mall Cop Railroad. It's one of those images I don't need to make any. I want to see same. Okay, anyway. Now what I was trying to say. Will I elaborate further? Depends. Will I? Because I feel like, despite the fact that Will I, starring Kevin James, and introducing Kevin James, because despite the fact that I say no because I've said enough every night on this show, I feel like there's plenty more elaboration to hear. Especially after almost 200 episodes. Although, we're only on because we skipped a night, but whatever. And, do I think this show will last any longer? I mean, I think it'll last for a long time. But really, I just have one hope. 200 episodes of you going off the rails. Well, that's kind of the cynical way to look at it. And you know what? That's actually a very accurate way to look at it, because it'll last for 1,000. I hope not. Anyway, I guess in a cosmic sense, you could look at it as 200 episodes of me having a mental breakdown. Because it kinda is. But if you want to look at it more positively, I do have one hope. See, I never started this show with this goal in mind, but I have one hope. It's a very slim hope, and it's one that I don't think is ever going to come true, sadly. But all I hope is that one day this show can end on a happy note, with the best day of my life, and the best day of your life, and the best day of Spider's life. Best day for everyone. Or even just the best day of my life. And once that happens, I think maybe I can let the show rest, either permanently or for a while. But for now, this show won't end. Well, I mean, well, yeah, actually, now that you say it, that is wholesome. You know, it is a home away from home. Listen, although I may not home is where the heart is, yes. Even though that's incredibly corny, almost as much as a live, laugh, love wall decoration, this show is a home, and wonder is where the dark is, yep. But still, though, I would love. Let's say if I do ever end the show, though, even though I don't currently have any plans to end it, without dark, there can be no wonder, yep. Even though I don't have any current plans, it needs to end on a high note. That's where I was going. I don't have any current plans to end this show. But when it finally does end, could be months from now, could be years from now, could even be days from now. However soon it ends, I want it to end on a high note. I'm talking, I don't know if you've seen The Truman Show, but if you have seen The Truman Show, I want it to end on a Truman leaving the show note. Episode 3000, The Final Dark. Hell, if you've seen Sonic 3, I want it to end on the gang flying off into the sunset note. Hell, it could possibly end on like a funny note with me like, you know, jumping into my setup and demolishing everything. That could at least be a funny note to end on. But when will that ending ever come? I really have no way of knowing, especially after tonight. I really thought that ending would come, or it can end on a Monty Python note. If you mean with the cops showing up, wouldn't surprise me. But if you mean just a super abrupt, like, okay, I'm done, that could at least be funny. Like, don't even do like a proper farewell episode, just shut it off. That could be fun. I'll remember that, but I don't know if I'll do it for sure, but I will remember that. But, yeah. Either way, this show has to end eventually. And honestly, I thought the end would come sooner than later. Or it could be like the Krusty Krab training video ending. Okay, the meaning of this show, that could be a good one too. But anyway. But I guess where I was going with this. I really want this show, whenever it finally does end, I want it to end on a good note. I want it to end on a high note. But specifically, I want it to end with everyone satisfied. Or it could end like Rhapsody. Shut that door. Yeah, that too. That could also be funny. But I want it to end on a high note. And when I say a high note, I want it to end on a sweet, wholesome note. Meaning, I have achieved peace and closure. And so is everyone else. There's nothing left to talk about. That's the note that I want. I just want this show to end with a warm, fuzzy feeling. But after tonight, I really don't know. Alright, time for the encore of the funny image, Paul Blart and the Mall Cop Railroad. I know we just did the funny image, but there's your encore. Just in case you... Paul. Hi, I'm Paul. Alright. But I think I've said enough here. I'm feeling particularly awkward about myself. I feel like I need to rethink myself. This show will have a Spider-Man 3 style ending. You never know. It might. But we'll save that speculation for days, months, maybe even years into the future. This show will have a Rise of Skywalker ending. It better not. But I will say, before we sign off for tonight, before we sign off for tonight, there is something I do want to add. I'm Wonder. Wonder who? Wonder After Dark. Okay, there is something I do want to add before we sign off for tonight. And it's something I do want you to think about moving forward. Treat every episode like it could be your last. Because you never know if it could be your last. You never know. A lot of TV shows, for example, get canceled really soon after they premiere. This show has lasted a while so far, but who's to say... I know I say a lot of shit, but I wasn't saying that like I want you off the show. I love you. Oh, I love you too. Not where I thought that was going, honestly. Sorry for that. Not where I thought that was going. I thought that was going somewhere else. Even though you stink, yeah. But anyway, treat every episode like it could be your last. That's all I'll say. Because you never know if it could be your last. I mean, shit. And you rarely shower, yeah. Because when I first started this back in July with Spider/James/whatever, I really didn't know if this show would last. But Red's first episode was his... Exactly. Cosmic, I forget how many episodes Cosmic was on, but he was on a few before basically vanishing. Wait, do you actually rarely shower? To answer your question, every Sunday. Cosmic was in about 5. I was thinking 5 or 6. I was thinking 5 or 6 episodes, but yeah. I was thinking 5 or 6, but anyway. But treat every episode like it could be your last. Because you never know if it could be your last. I used to be an every Sunday guy. Oh, so relatable. But yeah, you never know. Now I do it every other day. Cleanliness before managerial and however, anyway. But yeah, treat every episode like it could be your last. Because you never know if it could be your last. For all we know, this channel could get terminated in the future, and that could spell the end. For all we know, another situation could come up in my life. Cleanliness is next to managerliness. That's how it went. Okay, I had it, kind of, but yeah. A lot of things could happen, and it's best to consider that. But for now, this show's just gonna... For all we know, the group chat could be leaked. You know what? Normally I would get a little pissy at that, but you know what? Just because it's appropriate. We haven't done anything. I was just fucking everything up beyond control, and I fucking regret it, and I really, really hate myself. See, I have a sense of humor. But yeah. To conclude tonight's... But yeah, we had one. And technically that group chat is still around. It's just not active anymore, and I don't think it ever will be. Have you ever heard the song, It Is? If you mean the group chat that I'm not going to say the name of, then yes. But it isn't active anymore. Unless you're thinking of the server. But the server, I think, is long gone. But the group chat is still around. But it's not active anymore. Yeah, that's what it was last called when you were there. It's not what it's called now, but it's basically dead. No one talks there anymore. But yeah. But I guess to conclude this episode, I don't know if or when that happy ending... Nope. Well, okay, fine. He's a person that exists, and while I don't hate him at all, and truthfully, I do regret being kind of bitchy to him when the first incident had occurred, I also... I do not mean any offense, do think he could be a little annoying at times. Again, I mean no offense to that. Zero offense. Just constructive criticism. Constructive criticism and honesty. He is annoying. Oh, yeah. But, I mean, annoying is still better than fill in the blank. I'm just saying, what's worse? One annoying person or Reservoir Dogs? As in the people, not the movie. Reservoir Dogs is a great movie. Stay tuned. But, yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, that is an annoying trait. No offense, but yeah. Alright, I think we're done here. But to conclude, for real this time, I don't know if or when I will ever get any kind of happy ending. For all we know, it might never come. It seems like my luck it won't. But I'm opposed to requests, sorry. But that's perfectly fair. You already have a happy ending. Do I? No, I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm just being honest. Look at this. Who hasn't? Okay. That actually is wholesome. I, again, thought that was heading somewhere else, but I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, it's not an ending for this entire show's run, but yeah, you are right. I mean, as much as you annoy me at times, yeah, I can't see myself getting rid of you. Thank you. And same here. I mean, yeah, you do annoy me sometimes. In fact, I feel like most of the times you do are on this show. You're like my Cartman. Well, I really don't know what character. Thank you, by the way, yeah. Anyway, I really don't know what character or object to compare you to, but actually, no. You're like these drapes. Sure, you get on my nerves and you're very flashy in all the wrong ways, but why would I ever get rid of you? Even though I do actually want to get rid of these drapes, because good lord, they're hideous, but I keep you around. Because you know what? You're one of the few that still cares. Tacky drapes. Speaking of, do the tacky. Okay. Aw, thank you. Yep. Hey, by the way, did you know I have mental health problems? I know I just did the kick twice. Oops. Okay. After this, I am actually done, because this episode has gone on long enough, and only 30 minutes of this episode have actually been related to the movie. I have crippling depression. I have osteoporosis. I have 0 reasons to live. Okay, but I do have just 3 last things. Well, let's reduce it. I have 2 last things I want to say. If you think you know anyone else who... Do you have Jack's tales? I have a few different tales from Jack's Pacific. Although, since you did not specify which one, I'm going to show 2 of them at least. So, first one. Okay. You didn't... What was I say? Movie tales. Okay. I actually have movie 3 tales. This is from the Sonic 3 toy line. And I also have movie 2. This is from the Sonic 2 toy line. I'll always have a soft spot for the Sonic 2 figures, but... Okay, yeah, showing these for comparison. I have GE Tails. I don't have any of those, but anyway. I'll always have a soft spot for the Sonic 2 figures, but the 3 ones are the clear winner. Also, Sonic 2 Tails is cursed. Lovably cursed, I will say. The kind of cursed I love. Alright. Now, you know the GE Tails, though, right? I do know it, but I don't own it. Alright. Also talk about the first Build-A-Bear Tales. Oh yeah, that one. ugly. Ugly but cute. And most of his ugly comes from how fat he is. Tails bench, okay. On to my... Yep, it literally is Tails bench. Okay. Now, he has the... Oh yeah, he even has the Tails bench face. Show a pic, okay. I think this is a funny note to end the episode on, so I'll show it. I'm pretty sure this is it. I'm pretty sure that's the one. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's the one. I'm pretty sure. No, it isn't. Okay, never mind then. Oh wait, there it is. There it is. There it is. Found it. There's the one. There it is. Yep. It's literally, you cannot convince me that they didn't model that off of Tails' bench. His face is raised, yep. Alright. I think I'm done for tonight. I think I'm done. As much as I would love to keep going all night, just to get everything off my chest, Alan is the one who ruined that plush for me. Yeah, of course it is. Oh, you saying that did just remind me. No, you saying that did just remind me of what I was going to say before you asked me about Tails. So, to conclude this episode, that piece of hair, okay, to conclude this episode, okay, to conclude, if you know anybody else who you think might enjoy the show, feel free to invite them. And if they're cool, I'll keep them around. If their schedule allows for it, of course. Not saying it's required, but if you want to, I'll try and get read. Okay. And if you know anyone else, not saying like you should, but if you do an earlier. I can't promise that I can do any earlier, but I'll try. I can't promise, can't guarantee, but I'll try. That's all I can say. But yeah, just if you know anyone at all, and you want to invite them to the show, no biggie. I would always love to make some new friends. Yeah. And another thing I do want to say, even though this is what I consider to be a friends hangout show, I am also not opposed to it being shared around. Now, will you elaborate further? Well, anyway, I'm not opposed to you sharing the show around. So if you want to post, like, clips from it, or your favorite moments, or the funniest moments, you can go right ahead. If you want to recommend certain episodes that have already aired, I once almost shared this show in my server, but I declined. I can kind of see why. Because, oh god, this show with every member of your server would go mental and not in a good way. I don't even know what your people are like, but I don't imagine it would be pretty. But anyway, but yeah, if you want to share the show around to friends or to recommend it, go ahead. I'm not opposed. But alas, my cock is small. But will I elaborate further? I don't even know what your people are like. Racist. Oopsie, but will I elaborate further? No, because I've said enough, and I need to go curl up into a ball and cry now. But for now, that's all the time we have for tonight. But always remember, eat your cereal, go to bed, to be continued. I feel very bad for you. Thank you. God made you special, and he loves you very much. If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Good night, and... Wait, okay. This better be worth it. Bitch. Have a day. There. Damn it. I just had to piss you off. Yep, you sure did. Anyway, I love you, but fuck off. Have a day.